The circles. The first circle appeared in late summer when the wheat stood tall and gold. At dawn, the farmer, Caleb, walked his field and found a perfect ring flattened into the grain. Not trampled, not cut, but pressed smooth in a spiral that seemed to shine under the sun. The stalks weren't broken. They bent as if they had agreed to lie down. At first, the neighbors laughed, said boys with boards and rope had done it. But then more circles appeared, not clumsy, not random. Each night another pattern, a spiral of triangles, a lattice of rings, a line of crescents that pointed to the hills. By the fourth week, the design stretched across miles of farmland, so precise they could only be seen whole from the sky. And then came the sound. At night, when the circles appeared, the families near the fields heard a low hum, too deep to be wind, too steady to be machines. The cattle bellowed and tore at their fences until their hides bled. Dogs hid under porches, whimpering. Children woke from sleep with nosebleeds and dreams of black windows floating above their beds. One boy, Matthew, swore he saw figures in the fields. Not men. Tall, thin things that bent in jerks, their heads too long, their arms too low. He said their eyes shone white, not like lanterns, but like holes punched through paper. When he pointed, no one else could see them. But in the morning, the grass where he claimed they stood was charred black in narrow footprints. The sheriff ordered men to watch the fields. They carried rifles and lanterns and sat through the night. But at dawn, the men were found asleep, rifles clutched to their chests, their eyes crusted shut. When their lids were pried open, their pupils were filmed white, as if they'd stared too long at the sun. None of them could speak again. They only hummed softly in rhythm with the circles. The circles spread. They cut into roads, backyards, even the church lawn, always perfect, always precise. Then one night, Caleb's wife woke to the sound of wheat rustling. She looked out and saw the field shifting, the stalks bowing down in wave after wave, as if something massive was walking through them, unseen. In the distance, a new design formed, an enormous spiral that ended at the steps of their farmhouse. The next morning, Caleb was gone. The bed beside his wife was empty, the door unlocked. Only one thing remained, a perfect ring of bent wheat in the yard, with his boots standing in the center, laces tied, toes pointing upward. Weeks later, pilots flying overhead reported something worse. The circles were not just pictures, they were letters. Dozens, hundreds of them, stretching across counties, and together, they spelled a message that no one dared repeat aloud. The last farmer who tried claimed it was not a message to us, but a map. A map for something coming back. And on the final night before the harvest, the hum grew so loud the ground shook. The wheat bent all at once, every stalk in every field, bowing down in unison. And when the sun rose, the fields were bare, not harvested, not cut, just gone. Where the crops had stood, the soil was fused into glass, and in the center of every circle was a single perfect imprint, 3 long fingers pressed deep into the earth, pointing skyward.